Hello, I'm Mr. Egg and I'm here at the pub with Ali from Fubar Travel.
What up, y'all? You're watching the Richard Travel Saturday Live Show.
Hold on a minute, I thought we were playing pool.
Right.
Yo.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? Hold on. Hello?
What's up?
Hi guys! I'm welcome to you around. I am IC from IC That's My Style. And also now we are live from space.
That's so lovely. You're so much fun to talk with.
Hello.
Esquire and coming at you like a bomb. Boom.
And for me, it's all about what makes you happy, and if it's right for you, then follow it. And don't let anybody tell you that you're doing anything wrong, because you're not. If you're doing it for you and it makes you happy, how can you not do it?
One last thing, Richard, don't forget, when you come over, you can use our studio. I did promise you.
Oh, thank you.
You can do your Saturday show.
I actually thought we were going to do a wee dance tonight. A wee Scottish jig for you there. You don't want to...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday Live Show number 49. Nice to see everyone in the chat here. We got a packed schedule of guests and videos today. So I'm so happy to talk to you guys today. Kind of before we get started with all the festivities today, I did want to address one thing that's going on in our vlogger sphere this week, and that is thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery for Phil, aka Mr. Egg, Le Pub Pattaya. The poor guy's had a little bit of a medical setback. You know, I want to respect his privacy. I don't want to go into it in too much detail. He was in the hospital. He's out of the hospital now, recovering. But please, I want to say, you know, send your positive vibes to Phil. Put it in the chat there. I'm sure he'd love to see that. He was actually asking if I'd still be going on this week and if he was going to be coming on next week for the 50th show. I said, absolutely, Phil, you're booked, you're confirmed, ready to go. So I think he might be maybe popping in to the live show today. So please put your comments in there saying, Phil, get well soon. If you do want to email some positive vibes over to Phil, I'm sure he'd love to see your emails saying, hey, keep going, Phil, you know, speedy recovery. You can email those to mregg@gmail.com. And just so you guys know, Le Pub Pattaya, I'm sure the mods are putting a link there for his YouTube channel. He does have a membership area where you can actually join for a small monthly cost, become a part of the membership group there on Le Pub Pattaya, see some priority videos, VIP content, this kind of thing. So I'm sure he'd appreciate you maybe considering joining his membership program there on his YouTube. So thank you, mods. I already know what the mods are doing. They're probably putting the links in ahead of time. So thank you for doing that. But just really want to tell you, like, thoughts and prayers go out to Phil. He's a super nice guy. He's been on the show once before. For those of you that are interested in seeing that interview, it's in my catalog of Saturday Live shows. Really love Phil. He's a great guy, good friend of mine. He's always been very nice and helpful in providing me feedback and critiques on not only the show, but videos and technology that we use. So really appreciate that, Phil. You're a great guy. I look forward to meeting you in person, but please focus on your health right now and get well soon. So let me go to the live chat and welcome in some guests here. That we got some people that came in for the live chat. We got Daz Dawson coming in. Get well soon for Phil. Robert McInasia saying, Mr. Egg, get well soon. That's great. Alfred Action saying, Phil is a gentleman. Carl's Thailand in here as well, saying hello to Jeff Johnson. Jeff Johnson, gotta love Thailand. Dave made it in Dave went through his a little bit of medical incident as well lately, so I'm sure he can relate to what Phil's going through. So maybe, Dave, you might want to reach out to Phil on the side and kind of give him some encouragement as well. I know you've been through it, so I appreciate that. Ant is in the house. Ant, thank you, man, for coming in today. Appreciate that. Stu D is in the house. Dom B is in the house. Love to see all the new people coming in today. This is great. Mr. Mitch, thank you to all the moderators today. Just put this up here. Thank you to the mods, especially Robert N. and Zcon. So you'll find out why I'm mentioning them in person, because guess what? I kind of left their names out of the outro. But in my defense, I do have people that review these videos before I go live with them. So I will not say any names, but there were individuals that reviewed this. So sorry, Robert N. and Zcon, for not having your name in the outro that's coming in 90 minutes. But I want to say, what a great guest last week with Carry Away. Really appreciated having her on. She's a great interview. And I would say, don't take my word for it. Let's talk to See You Around. What did See You Around Gong think of it?
So good, Richard.
See, even she loved it. That's great. So she was a great guest. Really appreciated having her on. We're going to try to have her back at a future date as well, but really liked having her on. Now, today's guest is Jon555 Thailand. Ooh, the controversial figure from Pattaya. He's been living in Pattaya for 4 years now. And then we have Go More Hike coming on later with the cryptocurrency corner. We're calling it the crypto corner. So he's going to be talking to us about all things cryptocurrency. And I can't wait to have him on. And just so you know, I'm going to be checking in with Go More Hike all during the live show today. Make sure that guy's staying awake. If for those of you that might have viewed earlier live streams with me, he's notorious for falling asleep when he's supposed to come on the show. So I have people on the case to make sure this segment is happening this week. So let's go ahead and check on Go More Hike real quick, because I think he wanted to talk to us about what he's going to be talking about today. I think that's important because I'm pretty much a newbie when it comes to cryptocurrency. I want to hear what he has to say about all this.
That's my cue. Hey, I'm full screen. Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm giving an overview of cryptocurrency and how to invest, and some tips and tricks I've learned along the way of how to get into the market if you so choose to dabble in it. I've been trying to build up my finances lately, and I've even got a presentation that I've made, and I've got some notes and everything I'm planning on sharing my screen. So be sure to get your paper notebooks out and take notes, and stick around to my segment later on in the show. And back to you, Richard.
Thanks, Hike. I appreciate that, man. Looking forward to coming back to you a little bit later in the show. We'll talk through all things cryptocurrency. So that'll be great. So that's kind of a nice segue into the exchange rate this week. So got all the exchange rates there for the US dollar, British pound, and the Aussie dollar. A little bit down from last week. Oh, man, I hate to see that. I'm hoping that it will start rising up. I'm hopeful that the USD will be above 33 at some point. That's when I start to get a little free with my money when I go around Pattaya. So, you guys have heard me tell the story back in 2016. It was at 36-1. Those were high times in Pattaya back then. Raise the roof, man. 36-1 was awesome. So hopefully we'll get back to that at some point. And then I did want to call out one individual, Chocolate Man in Thailand. He hit 10,000 subscribers just this last week. And I received a dance video from Chocolate Man. It finally arrived. I couldn't believe it. I thought he was just joking about sending a, laser disc, video recording of this. I thought he was just joking around, but it actually arrived. So I wanted to put that together with his 10,000 subscriber thank you, or congratulations. And I wanted to play that for you guys now. So check this out.
Hey, Chocolate Man. Hey, Chocolate Man.
Well, congratulations on 10,000 subscribers, but that dance video is a bit dark, James. So might want to lighten up a little bit in Lightroom and resend it, because I couldn't even see that was you or not. So, hey, but good dancing. That was great. And congratulations on 10,000 subscribers. I think he's actually at 10,400 now. Man, his channel's really taken off, and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. So really appreciate that. He's been on the show once before, and he's coming back for the 50th live show next week. For those of you that don't know, we got the 50th Saturday live show coming up next week. Everyone's coming on. It's going to be crazy with all the vloggers we have coming on here. So if you have a favorite, odds are that person's probably going to be in the live show. So please check that out. Let me go to the live chat here. We got Morvi and we got Shecky Spilkus in there. That's kind of a tongue twister. And CJ Paradise saying, good job, Chocolate Man Thailand, 10,000. Awesome. Great. Good to see you in here, CJ. Appreciate that. And Kevin Chang Noy saying, good job to Chocolate Man. And Gator Jake in the house. Always nice to see Gator Jake in here saying hi to Jeff Johnson. And Pattaya Kali says, nice work, James. Zikon, Chocolate Man in Thailand. Your girl Fi saying hello to Jeff. 30 to wake up. Here we go. Now we got a full house. 30 to wake up is in the house. Nice to see you, man. And Gary Russell joining us. That's great. And there we go. The man of the hour, Phil, Mr. Egg, Le Pub Pattaya. Good. I'm glad that you're feeling a little better, Phil. I was a little worried, man. You know, I got the news pretty early on what was going on. I didn't want to fill up your inbox with all these kind of requests and that kind of stuff, but glad that you're doing well. Phil and I exchanged some messages yesterday, and, you know, he's doing well. He's got to make some life choices now moving forward. And, you know, we're all behind you 100%, Phil. So please keep what you're doing. Brian Flowers saying, good work, Chocolate Man. Greeny Travels in the house. Nice. We'll be profiling you a little bit later, Greeny Travels, in the Vlogger News segment. And Tosh is saying hello to Stephen Fletcher. All right, cool. Very good. Everyone's giving the congratulations to Chocolate Man in Thailand, which is great. And that's perfect. Good. So the schedule today, we're going to be bringing John in just a couple minutes here, about 3 minutes. Going to be bringing him on. And then at the hour mark, we're going to be going through Vlogger News. So that's all the dance videos. That's going to be great. So excited about the dance videos this week. I got a new song in with all the dance videos for everyone. Maybe we can get John to record a dance video. Yeah. Okay. Put in the chat, please, John, record a little dance video. Hey, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Come on, John, you can do it. We're counting on you, man. We need more dance videos. So that'll be great. And then we're going to bring him on. So we're bringing him on in a couple minutes. At the hour mark, we'll go through Vlogger News. Then we'll bring on Go More Hike with the cryptocurrency corner. So that's pretty much the schedule for today. So I've been telling you, like, we're going to be checking up on Go More Hike. So we got to check in on this guy, make sure that he's doing what he's doing. So let's check it. All right, good. Moderators, keep an eye on him. Make sure he's not snoring later on. That would be key. Cool. So let's take this time to bring on Jon555 Thailand. You know, I've gotten so many messages and comments saying, I'm here for John. I'm here for John. So John's got quite a loyal following of people, and they don't mess around, man. They want to see him. They want to see him now. So and forget about waiting for another minute and a half. Let's bring him on now, this guy. So let's bring on Jon555 Thailand. What's up, John?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
All good, man. All good. How are you? Okay?
Good. You make it out to Tree Town tonight, or is that off the list of things?
Yeah, Tree Town every night, man. It's the busiest place in Pattaya right now, so I got to go up there and make a live stream and let the people see what's going on in Pattaya.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's starting to come back a little bit?
Well, we're waiting on the bars opening, so that's going to be the next thing that's going to really make Pattaya come back again. But right now, there's no alcohol allowed to be sold in a restaurant. So
yeah, that's rough. I would definitely not like that. I got to have my alcohol.
We're staying positive.
You know, that's interesting because you've been doing a lot of live streams. I know, like with the other Thai people, I've been watching those, and they seem pretty positive, John. Like the Thai people seem like they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You feeling that too?
Yeah, well, the Thai people don't really know what's going on as much as we do. You know, they ask me, and like I would know. Just because I'm a manager of a bar, they think that I have the news, but I don't know any more than you do or anyone does. The government changes their mind at the last minute. So,
yeah, it's interesting because, you know, even though you and I have never met in person before, I do feel like our paths have crossed in the past. You know, I've been coming to Pattaya since 2015, and you're a bar manager. You've been at different bars. I feel like I've seen you before, and even though we haven't officially said hello, you know, I feel like our paths have kind of crossed. It's kind of a small town, Pattaya, when you think about it.
Yeah, I've been all over social media for the last few years, made a bit of a name for myself. Maybe good, maybe bad, I don't know. But people know who I am, so that's good then.
Say hi to Capio. Thanks for coming in today. Capio's been having some great live streams lately. If you want something a little edgy, you got to go to Capio's live streams.
Is it edgy? Is it?
I love it. Yeah, it's good. It's very unlike this live show. But I like that. Diversity is good in YouTube vloggers.
Exactly.
So for those that might not be familiar, John, do you want to kind of talk a little bit about yourself? You've been in Pad Thai for 4 years, but you've also managed bars in the Pad Thai area as well, right?
Yeah. I've managed bars on Soi 6, LK Metro, Soi Bangkok. Soi 6 mainly for about 2.5 years, La La Land Bar, some Nightwish bars. It's been great fun. I've learned a lot about Pattaya from being in the bars and about dealing with customers and stuff. It's been great fun. So
yeah, do you have any customers that you dislike? Like, is there a particular country that tends to misbehave more than the others?
I just dislike people that, cause problems and don't spend any money. It's like if you're going to spend money in Thailand, if you spend money but cause problems, well, usually it's okay. But if you're not spending any money and you're just being annoying, then who wants that,
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, do you have to make sure that they're treating the girls with respect when they're coming in, make sure there's no crazy stuff going on? You don't really look at that.
Usually the girls will give the guy a hard time if he's not acting right. They're usually quick to jump right on it, and usually the guys understand right away. But if not, I can kind of step in and say, hello man, what's up, and just be nice to him and take him away from all the and just calm him down and stuff. It's just crowd control, really. There's not really much else. You're not a bouncer or anything like that.
Yeah. Do you have other people that kind of are in charge of that stuff?
Yeah, you don't really want to get involved. If there's any sort of arguments and stuff, you really don't want to get involved. You're better to let a Thai deal with the guy, or if it's a lady that's really drunk, don't get involved. Let the Thai guys do their job. Most bars have got security, so let the security do their job.
I do want to say hello to Chuck from No Time to Be Sad. I got the alert from my mods that he was in the house. I keep looking for his comment, but with StreamYard, everything's so delayed. And I swear I only get to see 80% what actually comes in. So Chuck, welcome to the live show. I got an alert that you're in here, but I don't see your comment. Darn it. Yeah. And it's funny, you mentioned about the Thai girls. So one thing I found, John, let me know if you feel like this is true too, is they're pretty tough because they've grown up on the farm, usually with maybe brothers and sisters. There's usually fights taking place when they're growing up. They can take care of themselves.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing you want to do when you're in Thailand, the last thing you want to do is have a problem with a Thai, whether it be a Thai lady or a Thai man. You really just don't want to go down that alley. It will always end bad for you, whether it be you getting your head kicked in or going to the police station. It's better to always just say sorry and move on. Really, don't waste your time arguing. Just don't try and win.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing that you said there is you'll get kicked in the head, not punched in the head. That's
something like that. Yeah, I mean something like that. You're always best to just keep away from any trouble. Thing is, a lot of guys ask me when you work on Soi 6 or you work in bars, is there any trouble? Not really. There's never really that much trouble. Maybe I'm too drunk and I forget it, but I don't know.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people kind of behave themselves most of the time?
I think there is obviously maybe 1 in 100 out of people that be naughty and get a bit crazy, but most people are kind of not, they're not stupid. They understand that if you mess around in Thailand, the penalties are very harsh, whether it be with fighting or jail time or money. You just don't want to do it. Be respectful. And I mean, how could you how could you come on holiday or live in Thailand and want to have a problem in such a beautiful place?
Yeah, that's I tell people before you start involving your ego and getting in a fight about nothing, just know that if the Thai police come and take you away, you're probably going to get blacklisted, which is not a good thing, right? You're out for 5 or 10 years. That's no fun. So why fight? But I'll tell you, John.
What's that? Sorry.
I was just going to say, it's funny. The couple of fights I've almost gotten into have been with other Americans. It's Thai people are very nice to me. It's just other people, right? They don't know. I don't know what it is, man. It's just nuts.
Yeah. I've never had any problems with Thai people. I've had some small issues with people on holiday, but never problems with Thais, because you just stay away. If there's trouble, just get out of there. Don't hang around.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. A lot of people should take to heart. It's just not worth it. You're in someone else's country. No good is going to come from it,
Yeah, there's just nothing good. You're not going to have a lot of backup on your side, and then you're going to be on your own,
Yeah, and it's so true. People say, well, if you get in a fight with a Thai, you're fighting all of Thailand. It is true. There'll be a lot of people waiting to come in and get their blows in.
Yeah, you've seen some viral videos about walking street fights and stuff. I always see them and I'm like, right, next time someone wants to fight me, I'm not hanging around, because I don't want to fight all of the security team.
Yeah, they're very fast. The Thais are very fast. People don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, you can be big, but they're very fast, and they have lots of help.
Sure. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
So, what bar area are you now? I don't want to put you on the spot if you don't want to say what bar you're managing now. But
it's all good. I'm in the Cave in LK Metro. It used to be like they used to have like rock bands playing music, but it was recently purchased. I don't know the exact time frame that it was purchased. Maybe about 1 year ago it was purchased, and they changed it from the rock kind of style bar to like a gentleman's club. So now the doors are like locked, and you must be allowed into the building. It's like private area. Interesting. Well, gentlemen's clubs are very nice. It's definitely a little bit lower, more chill atmosphere, I've found in those. Chill atmosphere, yeah.
And Robert McInerney said, it's so easy to have fun and enjoy Thailand. It's called respect the country and people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, did it take you a while to learn that, John? Did you come in wired a little differently and then you had to change your approach?
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, like back home where I'm from, if someone is annoying you, you deal with that problem. That's the way I do it. But in Thailand, I just don't do that. I've learned to be calm. Whereas back home, I would just kind of flip. But over here, you just have to learn that you cannot do that. If you take all these little things that happen to you and you act on them, you're going to have a big problem. You learn to just walk away. It makes you a better person, to be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting because I talked to a lot of YouTube creators and they all have a great story about why they ended up in Thailand. One of my favorites, though, is Johnny. There is something happening. He had mentioned on one of his live shows, like he was working hard in his home country. He came over for vacation, I think for a month, and he came right back and said, yeah, check out. I can't do this anymore. I got to move to Thailand. Like, that's where it's at. So kind of what's your story? Like, how did you decide to kind of move to Thailand and leave everything behind? What was kind of the precipice of that?
I came similar to what you say, probably from Johnny's story too. I don't really know him, but yeah, I'd imagine it'd be the same thing. He kind of got bored of his life back home, and he came over here, of course, the same as me, and just like just fell in love with everything. The people, the food, the hot weather. I'm from Scotland, obviously, so it's very very cold, and I just came over on holiday for 2 weeks. I loved it, of course. I had fun every single night, and then I went back home. I booked my trip right away. I booked my trip within 1 week for the next 6 months coming. And I came back in 6 months. I went home again for 1 month and I came back to live here.
Wow. So you were actually pretty good because most people come back like a couple weeks later. I'm kind of guilty of that, John. I did that. I kind of came back I think it was 4 weeks later. Oh, man. I shouldn't have done that. I always tell people when you come to Pattaya for the first time, go home and wait for like 2 months before you make your next reservation. I did not adhere that advice. But you were good. 6 months. That's good, right?
6 months, 6 long months I waited. Every day looking up like Google images about Pattaya and Walking Street and Soi 6 and stuff. And like, I remember every single day I would just open Google, like YouTube, Google, Pattaya. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think one of the worst and best things I ever found when I came back after my first trip was some of the walk-in talks on Walking Street. Like people would walk down the Walking Street or LK Metro at night. And I loved it because you could go there again, but then I hated it because I really wasn't there. I really missed it, the fun. The no judgments thing is what I love the most about Thailand. Like, do what you want, there's no judgments.
Exactly, yeah. There's no judgment whatsoever. You can literally do whatever you want in Thailand within reason and not be judged.
And was Pattaya your first stop when you came over the first time?
Yeah, I came to Pattaya for 2 weeks and then I went back home for about 6 months. Then I came again for 2 weeks again, went home for a month and came back to Pattaya. I've traveled around Thailand a little bit. I've not just been stuck in Pattaya. I've been to some islands and stuff like that. I did plan on traveling all around Thailand with my YouTube channel, of course, but I'm having some problems with AdSense just now. So I might have a solution. We did talk yesterday or the day before. I might have a solution. I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah, you want to chat about that a little bit? Because I know people are always interested in like AdSense, like issues. Because there's one thing, you can get views, but then AdSense is another thing. Is your video monetized, right?
Yeah. I mean, I do see there is some YouTubers in the chat. So maybe if any of you guys here, I'm having this issue, maybe you guys know what's going on and you can give me some insight. So what happened was they demonetized my channel completely. They took away super chats, they took away memberships, and when that happened, they turned all videos yellow. I had about 5 or 6 videos on green $sign, which is fully ads, full playable ads, and they took it all to yellow. And ever since then, I just can't get any green on my channel whatsoever. And I'm not expecting to make lots and lots of money from the videos, but it'd be nice to get anything. You know what I mean? Just to say you made that video, here's something, here's $1. I'll be like, right, okay. So now when I make a video, I get nothing. I get nothing. I could make a fantastic video, 1 million views, and I'll get nothing.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I want to talk about that a little bit. But first of all, hello to Rides for Kicks, Lucas. Sorry, I'm late to miss the crypto corner. No, that's coming on a little bit later. I think Rides for Kicks got some money he wants to invest. That's what I'm thinking. But it's interesting because I'll tell you, so I've had videos of mine. So I have this whole pre-recorded video series called Richard Returns to Thailand. And every one of those like got yellow dollar signs. And then they would go green. Then they come back yellow. And they kind of move around. So they're never like one. I think most of them are green now. There are some that are yellow. So it makes me wonder, like, what kind of game is going on there? It's almost like a shell game, right? It's like the same video, hasn't changed, but maybe I don't know.
YouTube's a funny game, man. It's you know, when I was working in the bar before, I started to make my YouTube channel, and it started to build. You know, I had 200 subs, 500, 1,000. And when I got past 1,000, I think this could actually be okay, and I could maybe become full-time YouTube. And then now that I thought everything would be easy. I could just kind of like, you know, stop working in the bar and just do YouTube. But you realize the grass is not always greener. Making this YouTube stuff's not easy. A lot of the guys that don't make YouTube and they don't really know much about it, they just think, oh, these guys like Richard and John and whoever else are making YouTube and it's so easy. Every day they wake up, everything's easy. Oh my God, it's not. It's a full-time job. If you really want to be successful on YouTube, it's a full-time job, man, and it's a headache after headache. Like you say, yellow, green. It's mind-numbing stuff. And the way they do their algorithm and stuff, no one can understand it. It's just one hurdle after the other.
I mean, talk about like headaches. So I did a live stream where I walked down to Fisherman's Wharf here in San Francisco, and I came across like these two dancers that were like had a whole crowd around them, and they were dancing. I was filming, so I felt obligated to give a little bit of money. And what happened is I gave them $20, and then everyone in the super chat started coming in, like super chatting. So as they were super chatting, I was giving cash to the dancers. But guess what, John? Like they got a copyright claim against it, and YouTube took all my super chats and put it in escrow because of the music that was being played. So it took me 2 days. I was thinking, oh no, they took my super chats. I'm out of that. I'm out of money. It was like $140 I gave to the dancers. But luckily, after 2 days, I had to redo the music, the music over.
So you were giving money to someone that was performing to a song, right?
Yeah.
And then you got a copyright claim against the song while you were giving out money. So essentially, it looked like you were paying money to someone for performing a copyrighted music thing. Is that what it is?
Maybe that's what they thought. I think what they copyright claimed was just the music that was picked up. And it was so nice. So Cappy was such a great guy. He was giving me like words of encouragement, like just work through it. You'll get like a bunch tomorrow. And I did. And then eventually it got cleared up. But I was kind of stressing a little bit because I gave a lot of money out of pocket. I was thinking, I need those super chats to come back. So to your point, like it's stressful.
I was the same when I got demonetized before. I had like lots of super chats coming in, and then I'd been giving out, paying, you know, people to come on the live stream and stuff, of course. And I'd been giving out a lot of money, and then they said it would demonetize. I thought, am I going to lose all this money I've paid out every time I have some lady come over, I pay them, and am I going to lose all this money? So, but it was okay in the end. They do pay you.
Yeah, it's a long process. Like I'm dealing with a copyright claim from an intro I played on May 25th. It's still unresolved. It's because it's back and forth. You got to wait 10 days. Then you submit a counterclaim. Then another 10 days. It's like, come on, it's been like over a month. Come on, let's go. And it's for nothing. Like, you know, I think I made like $3 on the video, you know? So it's, you know,
all this for $3, man. It's.
But you know what's interesting is, so Pat Pong has a great comment here, John. He says, living in Thailand versus holiday in Thailand is not the same. I can relate to that because when I've been to Thailand for 30 days or longer, it is a bit different. You can't be that 1 week millionaire, right? But how was it different for you, vacationing versus living?
Well, a lot of the time when I'm making live streams, you know, if I make a live stream and I'm outside, they're like, John, get drunk, like go buy some tequila and drink it. I'm like, what? I've lived here for 4 years, and they're like, you're boring, go get drunk. I'm like, you can't do that. You'll end up with no money, or you're going to end up like just completely crazy off the rails and stuff. So you really need to like change your mind completely when you come over here and live, or you're going to end up back home very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'll tell you, for me, one of my secrets I do something called the count. Every morning, it's like the day of reckoning. All right, how much money did I spend? I'm on a strict budget. I only take the money out for the evening that I've budgeted for each day. And I never go back for more money. But it's always that next morning, John, I'm like, please, I hope I didn't spend too much. Because if you have a couple extra drinks, the money goes quickly, you know? Well, you're in charge of that. You're in charge of taking money off of me, right? As a bar manager.
Well, I would try my best, to get you to spend that extra couple of drinks in the end. I'm only being honest, at least I'm telling you now. So if you ever do come, you're going to know I'm going to get you drunk a little bit.
Yeah. And I'm so easy because I want to make friends with everybody. So I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, John, let's buy a drink for them. But after a while, John, you got to thin out the group, right? You can't have like 10 people. You got to like thin it out a little bit.
You have to thin it a little bit after a while, yeah.
There's a word I use for that, but I won't use it on the live show because I guess it's not probably politically correct, but I thin out the group. That's the word I'll use. But Jake McShane is asking, what's the hardest part about managing a Thai bar? There's got to be like a lot of things that are difficult. On the hours for one.
What's the hardest part? Sometimes it can be very boring. I know a lot of guys that are back home maybe think that, wow, you're in Pattaya, that's amazing, it's so good. But after a while, it does get boring and stuff. And you kind of become numb to it all. You might see lots of girls dancing around in skimpy outfits, and it doesn't really. When you're on holiday, you're like, wow. When you live here, you don't really, and the whole bar atmosphere. When you've worked in bars for years and years, it doesn't really make you feel amazing. It's a job. You take it as a job. You be very professional about it, and sometimes you can sit for 2 or 3 hours and you're not involved in a conversation with anyone because everyone comes in the bar and they're busy with someone. And
yeah, that's interesting. I see that's my style. Just saying hello to Chocolate Man in Thailand. Icy has a great new video on her channel, so guys, check it out. We're going to profile that later in the Vlogger News. But Icy, that's my style. She was on earlier. I don't know if you've seen her poking around Pattaya. She does some videos in Pattaya, John. Keep an eye out for her.
All right, okay.
And let's see. And it says, Richard did it with a good heart. Respect to that. It didn't go down in vain. Yeah, I tried to give the money to the dancers. I'll tell you what, John, when I rolled up on them with my phone and a gimbal, they were keen on me like, oh, here comes a cheap Charlie going to video record us. Not give us. So I had money in my hand, letting them know, like, easy guys, don't roll me. I got money I'm going to give you. So I think they appreciate that, right? You don't want to just kind of roll up there and film them for no profit there. And we see Le Pub Pattaya, I think, has a comment. We want to say hello to Le Pub. Let me scroll down here to the bottom here. Of course, all my comments are delayed. John, I don't know if you ever use the StreamYard program. Everything's delayed.
Yeah.
Let me go to the YouTube. Make sure we're giving proper attention to Phil. And say hello to Phil. Have you met Mr. Egg, John?
Yes, I know
think
Mr. Egg.
Everyone's met him, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Darn it. Just looking for his comment. There we go. Google asked me to be on a panel about super chats recently. They are on our side, but they have their rules because the world is so litigious. They need creators. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's an interesting comment. Well, let us know how that goes, Phil. That's pretty cool. It's nice to be on a panel to kind of have some voice.
Someone said to me something about super chats before, that YouTube don't like you handing out money on video, on live video. They don't like the whole, well, maybe it's to do with like money laundering. If somebody's sending you money in super chats and you're giving it out, it could, I don't know.
Yeah,
Someone said that don't ever hand out money on live streams. I heard about that before.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that when I held up my 20 in front of the camera to show the guys like I'm giving him $20. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
I don't know. Someone just said YouTube don't like you handing out money on live streams because maybe someone sends a super chat, you're taking money and handing it out. It's not going through the right channels. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Alpha in Action says, I find when I travel to Pattaya for 3 months, I go on a visa run every 30 days to see other countries. And I also feel when I return to Pattaya, I am recharged. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of truth to that, right? You get out of the Pattaya, the city. Cambodia, definitely. Laos, that kind of stuff. Have you been to those countries yourself, John?
I've been to Laos, yeah. I've not been to Cambodia. I do agree with what he said. I went to Koh Kud about a month ago. I went to Koh Kud for 4 days. And when I came back to Pattaya, I was on my bike on Soi Buakhao, and I felt so energized just from being away and then coming back to like my home now. It just felt so, re-energizing. Like you say, it's,
Yeah, it's interesting because I think what happens when you've been in Pattaya for a while, when you've been in Pattaya for a while is you get desensitized to it all. Like it just becomes, so taking a break, I think is good because you see it with fresh perspective. That's at least what I feel like. When I was coming too much, John, my first year, I came 9 times. First year. I started coming in February 9 times. That's too much. I was too used to it. I was kind of taking it for granted. I would have rather have done what you did. Take 6 months break, come back, fresh set of eyes. then you really
It
appreciate
wasn't 6 months break. It felt like 6 months in jail waiting to come back to paradise.
Now, did your friends think you were crazy when you came back and said, like, I'm going to eventually move over there? I think, like, this is my place.
Well, you kind of learn that people will always talk negatively, even if they're your best friend. They don't want you to really do well, though. They kind of like, nah, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. Well, here I am after 4 years, you know. So
yeah.
But the people don't really talk to me from back home anymore. They don't. It's like they've disowned me because I'm some crazy mad guy that lives in Thailand. I don't know. It's just weird. If you've never been to Thailand, you can't really. You know what I mean? You can't really have an opinion.
Yeah. Cheap Charlie, welcome to the live show, man. Cheap Charlie Chronicles, 350,000 subscribers, John. This guy's big hitter. The godfather of vlogging. Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting him back to Pattaya. I feel like it's not going to be returned to normal until Cheap Charlie comes back. He's such a fixture of Pattaya, you know? But now, what do you find about like the hassles of vlogging? Because I'll tell you, I have not really vlogged every day in Pattaya. I don't know what I'm in for. Is it okay? Or are people telling you like, hey, don't film me, that kind of stuff? What's it like?
The best thing I would find is that, like, when someone says don't film me, don't talk to them. Just move your camera and just keep walking. Or you know what I mean? Like, there's no point in saying, hey, blah, 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 I'm doing this. And there's no point in getting in any conversation. Usually someone's made their mind up that you've got their camera, you know, your camera's on them and they're angry and they don't like it. So just walk on and leave it. Don't argue. But I don't really get many people doing it. I find that you're best to make eye contact with people before you start rolling the camera. As soon as you pull out that camera, look around, make eye contact. If someone's looking at you, smile and just look in their eyes. And usually they won't say anything. It might be because I'm quite a big guy, but I don't know. I find that just smile and be nice.
Yeah.
Don't just look at your camera and ignore everyone else. Look around first. And I don't know. I find it works for me.
Yeah. So I saw a comment from this guy, Go More Hike, who's coming on later. I got to make sure this guy stays awake, John. Let me just do a little check on him real quick. Make sure he's awake. All right, good.
He looks alive. He doesn't look awake. Yeah.
He keeps falling asleep on me, this guy. Keeps falling asleep. I'm keeping a close eye on him. All the moderators got like surveillance on this guy for the cryptocurrency. People are pissed. They wanted to see this weeks ago. I don't know what to do. So we got to keep him awake. But he was asking about Coors Light. So this is so funny to me, John. I don't know if this like hit you when you came over, but people are asking for their favorite beers in their home country in Thailand. And I feel like you got to do a little research, man. What's available?
Home comforts. People like their home comforts. Like I don't know, like you come from Scotland and you want to eat haggis on soy bacao. It's like, it's a bit weird, but like everyone has, I would actually like to eat some haggis, to be honest. But
yeah, what are some of the things you miss from your home country? What are some of the meals you miss?
I do miss some of the food and stuff. Obviously haggis but you can get haggis in Pattaya, but it does cost you a bit.
Yeah. Does it taste the same? Is it good?
The food in Pattaya is pretty good, though. I'd say that the Farang food, the Western food, is pretty good in Pattaya, and it's pretty reasonably priced too. I mean, you get a good steak all over Pattaya. I've never had a bad steak, unless it's a Thai steak. That's different, but
yeah,
it's an imported steak.
Yeah, they usually come from Australia, right, or Japan, Kobe beef.
Yeah, you do get some good. To answer the question, we don't do Coors Light. I've never seen Coors Light, and John, please answer. Go More Hike. What was that answer?
Yeah, he was asking about do you have Coors Light at your bar? Right, and it's so funny because it doesn't happen. So my first time in Pattaya, I was at a beer bar on Beach Road, and there was an American there, just arrived from New York, and man, he was hot. He wanted a Bud Light. They didn't have Bud Light there. He wanted Bud Light. They didn't have it. I'd tell him, like, listen, man, so different beers here. Like, you got these to choose from, you know, and he was all hot on the collar. He wasn't familiar with the currency stuff, so he was kind of getting heated with the Thai staff. And that's when I told him, I said, I've only been here a couple of days, but I've learned one thing: never raise your voice to Thai people. Like, no good comes from it.
It won't get you anywhere. It won't get you anywhere being rude. They just won't talk to you. They won't even look at you. They'll just ignore you. Yeah,
I found that's what we do. Like in America, we always, to show our authority, we raise our voice. Yeah. And like it gets you nowhere in Thailand. Plus that, and I figured out, I don't know if this came easy for you, smiling. I wasn't a big smiler back home, but Thailand kind of brought it out.
I do it a lot more. Yeah, you're right. Back home, I'm kind of like just like blank. And that's the way people are, I suppose, when back in Western countries. But over here, I find myself smiling a lot more. It gets you so much further. If you smile at a Thai, generally the answer is yes to your question. So just be nice, man.
Yeah, it's so funny because I was in a bar one time where I was sitting by myself. There were no customers in there, lots of girls in the bar. Nobody was coming to talk to me. So I finally called the mama-san over. I said, "Why is no one coming to talk to me?" And they said they're scared of you because you're not smiling, just sitting there very serious. And I guess we don't realize like how serious we can look to other people. So from there, I just changed, started smiling more.
So you were just like staring at these girls like this, and you thought it was okay.
Well,
and then
wasn't that creepy?
And they all smiled at you.
Well, now it just sounds creepy, which it probably was.
So
I didn't see it that way.
You just smile at them. You just smile all out. Well, I suppose you should. If you're looking at girls, you probably should smile at them. It's quite bad.
But I was actually drinking a beer in a bottle, though. I wasn't having like one of the draft beers, so at least I was a cut above. That's crazy. And then Offer Interactions is saying, never touch a tie on the head. Yeah, never play with the hair. Don't do that kind of stuff. That's not good.
Yeah, they believe that that it's the highest part of their body, the most spiritual part. I think so. I think that's right. You don't touch their head. Yeah, you shouldn't be touching anyone's head, really.
Yeah. It's just different things like holding hands in public. Ties aren't really a big fan of that. That's more of a Western thing, Yeah. So you can always see like new Westerners when they're trying to hold hands with the girl, it seems like. And then Martin says, Martin, welcome to the live show, man. Vlog the trail at Prada McHill and pretend you've lost the trail and need GPS. Oh, Carl. Talking to Carl. Carl does these crazy videos in the middle of nowhere. This guy goes, man. Hanging off cliffs and stuff. Right. Carl's Thailand.
All right. Yeah, I've seen his videos. Yeah, I have seen his videos.
Yeah, he's got a great channel, man. Does some crazy stuff. I always feel like if I want to get away and de-stress, I go to Carl's Thailand. Bring up some of his videos.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's done a video and he was in some crazy jungle forest place, and it was like Bear Grylls or something, somewhere in Thailand somewhere. And I did actually speak to Carl's Thailand in Soy Buakhao about 2 or 3 months ago. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good guy, huh?
Yeah. I think he was on his way to 1,000 subs at the time. I think that's what he was doing.
Yeah, we got him over on the channel here, and we gave him a little shout out that day. It was fun. It's always cool to see people get over 1,000, right, John? It's like, welcome to the real world.
Milestone. Yeah, welcome to headaches. Because then you start thinking about monetization, and then it's just all downhill from there.
And that's why I don't want to tell them. Like, people are so key to get over 1,000. I don't want to tell them there's no Santa Claus, but it's like things are going to change, and it's like not what you think.
Stay at 800 and just have fun, man. As soon as you get to 1,000 and you get your 4,000 watch hours, and then you make a video and it takes you 3 days to edit, and you get up and you get like 1 cent for it, and you're like, "What? This is YouTube? I thought I was going to be a millionaire, guys."
That's where I feel like YouTube should not show cents, because I was the same way. I think my first posting of revenue was like 35 cents. I was like, "Are you got to be kidding me? All these views and time, 35 cents." But it happens. It happens. It is what it is. So where do you think is the first place you're going to go when things kind of open up? Do you feel yourself getting kind of way away, or kind of staying in the Southeast Asia area?
If I can become a big enough YouTuber, I'll go worldwide, but I don't think it's going to happen with no AdSense.
Yeah, I figure like there's got to be a solution to that, man. Does your recorded videos, like the one you did on the yacht, did that get a yellow dollar sign as well?
Yes,
with the girls?
It got instant yellow dollar sign. As soon as I uploaded it, it says your video has been confirmed by manual review. It's not suitable for most advertisers. And I was like, "What do you mean it's been confirmed by manual review?" I just hit on. And then it changed right away. How can it be manual review?
Maybe you're notorious. Maybe the second you like launched it, all the YouTubers are like, "Hey, John's got another video. Check it out." But I don't know why it got yellow, John. They were all in long pants and long sleeve shirts and stuff, right? No bikinis.
No, there was all bikinis. It was well. Put it this way: the thumbnail had 4 ladies in bikinis. So, and also YouTube has an algorithm that scans your thumbnail. You know that?
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to upload the video. As soon as they see that thumbnail, it's already done. Your monetization is gone.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. And Cheap Charlie knows all about this. He says YouTube is a tough way to try to make money and to enjoy it. Yeah, it's tough, man.
It's a roller coaster. You just have to ride it, man, and just enjoy yourself. Yeah.
It's so interesting because I think a lot of these great vloggers that are successful, they do kind of keep their knowledge close to the vest. I have heard like Cheap Charlie will kind of let some things roll sometimes on a live stream about stuff that he knows. He knows a lot, like time of day to launch a video. When's the best time for him? When's the best time to go live? And I got to tell you, like he's interesting because he'll go live and get 300 people in the chat, and like right away. I dream for those days, John.
No, it will come. I mean, if you are mainly a live streamer, then people will subscribe to your channel that enjoy live streams, and then you'll get them in your live streams at some point when your channel gets big enough. So,
yeah, I'm on lockdown, John. I got nowhere to go. I got to use green screens and live shows, man. Got nothing to do.
Well, it looks it's a nice green screen. I like your T-shirt too. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to get out, man. I want to get back to Pattaya. You know, it's going to be 2 years in February for me.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So you can't wait to go out and make some live streams at Tree Town and stuff.
Yeah, or just some recorded videos, man. I'm all out of content. It's just nuts, man. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to walk around and vlog and make easier vlogs, not these ones that take, like days to produce. Yeah, I don't know. And Tree Town's one of my favorite spots too. I think that's going to come back quick. And then LK Metro, I think they're redoing it there as well. Martin and Nick did a cool video. They're like modeling a lot of the Go-Go's there. That's going to be nice.
I think right now there is a lot of like Go-Go's and bars that are getting work done to it just now. I'm getting woken up every day. I'm in LK Metro now, and someone has bought the bar next door, the Go-Go next door. And every morning I wake up to the lovely sound of drilling in my head every morning, 8 a.m., right on the dot.
Yeah. Well, 30 to Wake Up says he thinks there might be a way if you dispute the yellow dollar signs, you might get it back to green. And we talked about that, John. Like you do that sometimes, right? You'll dispute
that. Well, they won't let me anymore. They won't let me manual review at all. Any video I upload now, it's instantly manually reviewed. Well, it's not actual manual reviewed. It's like Chocolate Man said, shadow ban. It's like they're just. So what I was talking to a friend of mine, and he a YouTuber friend of mine, and he said that he knows a lot about it. And what I should do is turn off all monetization on the channel, all the yellow. Just turn them all to off for 1 month, and then turn them back on again. And YouTube will see that you've not tried to, get any monetization at all, and it might go through.
Gator Jake saying Reshart Travel and Daystate Studios coming up soon. I will actually get out there to visit Daystate Fox in the UK. I want to actually do a little live show from his studios. So when we can travel again, I'm definitely going to do that. But I will agree with you, John. Like the manual review is not really a manual review. It's all bots that are going through it again.
It's all 100% bots. But you were saying something about when you get to 5,000 subs, you get a dedicated guy, a dude to help you. I think it's 10,000. I spoke to my friend yesterday and he said at 10,000 he got a little Q&A guy to talk to, and any problems he has, he talks to him and he gets an answer right away.
Yeah, so I do have that. I noticed that's what kind of changed for me because I was having problems with these live shows, not posting the live chat for like 20 hours. So I finally got on the help button and the person came out pretty much in real time. Now, John, I don't know if that was a real person or a bot. I'm kind of assuming it was a real person because they were kind of throwing out some slang, but these AI bots are getting so good, you never know. So it could just be a bot, some computer.
No, I think
you're talking to.
A real an agent. I think it is a help agent, But my friend said it's 10,000. You said it's 5,000. So I'm at like 3,800 subs just now. So if it's 5,000, we can get there soon. If it's 10,000, I'm gonna have to wait a little while for 10K subs. But
now, were you doing your channel, John, before the lockdown started? Before the restrictions started?
Yeah, the reason why I started YouTube was because the bars kept opening and closing, and I wasn't sure what was going on with my job. And one of my friends says, John, you're a confident guy. You can speak Thai. Why don't you go around and do your vlogs and speak Thai? And he says, you could do something good with this. And I started YouTube, and then here I am now. So hurdle after hurdle every day on YouTube.
Yeah, was it a big investment, though? Do you have to get a lot of equipment for yourself, or you just kind of go with the cell phone and a gimbal?
I bought a small action camera for like 6,000 or 7,000 baht, used off my friend, perfectly good condition. And I started it from there. Live streams, you can use phones, webcams. And I really do want to upgrade my gear, but everyone just keeps saying, why?
Yeah.
Why do you want to go and buy this expensive camera for what? Like, there's guys that have, I think CB Media, he's got quite a lot of subs. He's like 350K subs, Thailand YouTuber, and all he uses is an iPhone.
Yeah.
He's not using expensive cameras, and it's just an iPhone.
Yeah, and I think it's simple that way. You keep it simple, which is great. It's shooting in 4K, so that's great for him. And he'll show that on his videos. Like, listen, guys, cell phone and like a stick. Now, I don't think it's a gimbal. I think it's just like a stick. We can sometimes overthink it.
To talk about the iPhone, I was actually looking at the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but the iPhone 13 comes out soon. So I think that's a really good phone for vlogging and stuff. It's really good for live streams. Pretty good for nighttime video and stuff. So that's all you really need.
Yeah, and I will tell you, like, one thing that I do with mine is I have an iPhone camera. I have the DJI Osmo 2 as well, but I primarily use the cell phone. But I have these moment lenses that I screw on to them, and it gives me an ultra wide angle or a close up. Yeah, and they're not expensive, like $50-$70 for these lenses. Much better. Yeah, much better look and feel. So it looks like you're on like a professional camera, but yeah, it's still pretty small, keep it in your pocket.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you buy a cheaper camera, usually it's very close to you when you're doing a vlog. Even if your hand's right out, you don't really see much. You're just a floating head.
Yeah.
When you put the lens on, you do get that background. It looks really nice for a vlog. I learned that from watching YouTube videos and learning about all. And I use a DJI Osmo Action too, the same as you.
That's the first thing I always get, like when I look at a new camera. Where's the extender handle? I got to have it like down the block. I'm an old guy. I need to be like several people down.
Get out of the way.
Like a 20-foot pole. I think that's Richard. I don't know. Can't really make him out. No, awesome. John, we're kind of coming to the end of our time, man. I had a great time chatting with you. You're so awesome, dude.
Good fun, man.
Did you have a good time? Time fly by?
Yeah, amazing. Good fun. Yeah, it's kept me busy for the last 30 minutes. So
that's great. Are you going to go live later on tonight, or is this pretty much a wrap for you?
I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. I was live for about 2 hours in Treetown earlier, so
I saw that.
I'm actually going to watch the football. The football's coming on in 10 minutes. It's Portugal, Germany.
Okay.
So hopefully for your show, people will stay in your show. Okay?
Not a chance, man. Not a chance. Not a chance. Thank you for sending positive vibes. Not a chance. We're going to go from 116 to like 20. That's okay,
I'm really
man.
sorry for telling you guys about the football. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't mean that.
You know what I should do, John? I should actually hard stop Go More Hike. Like he's already come on. Oh, sorry, not this week. Next week. He would be mad. He would not be very happy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Please, everyone go and subscribe to Jon555 Thailand. The mods put the links in the chat. I appreciate that. And I look forward to meeting you in person in Pattaya sometime soon, man.
For sure, man. Yep.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye. Awesome guest. Love having him on, man. Such positive energy coming from that guy. I feel like he's been to the puppet show. He's seen behind the curtain. He knows everything that's going on in Pattaya, and he's still got a smile on his face. So I don't know if you're like me, guys. I can't wait to get back and meet individuals like that and just make a friend, share a drink, and share some stories. I miss that. I miss those times. So let's do this. We have the vlogger news segment coming up, and then we have Go More Hike coming on with the cryptocurrency corner. But before we go into the vlogger news and show the dance videos, let's check up on Go More Hike. Gotta be kidding me. All right, listen, I got a plan in action for this, though. I was thinking ahead. I thought this might happen again. So, moderators, whoever has the fastest car, let's get you in the car and let's get over to Go More Hike's house and wake him up. All right, cool. I think that was Tommy J on his way over to get Go More Hike up. Knock on that door, pound on it until he gets up. We still got some time. We got the vlogger news coming up with all the dance videos. This is an exciting time. We got a new song this week, and please give some positive thoughts and comments to Mr. Pub, Mr. Egg, Le Pub Pattaya. He's got a great dance part in this video as well. So let's check it out and let's get the vlogger news. gotta wake him up. Wake him. Going through the window. Did you try the front door? Now going through the window. Wake. Oh, hang on. Hey, everyone. It's a great video there. Next up, Vlogger News. Let's talk about Vlogger News here. Hang on a second. Going through the window. Wake him up. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. Let's get back to the show. Let's talk about Vlogger News. So, Alpha Interactions did a great video lately on finding peace of mind and understanding the rat race. Love this video. And you know what? I love Damien's videos just in general. Nice perspective on life. You know, I had a very stressful week at work this week, and watching those videos really kind of puts things in perspective that, you know, either you control the day or the day controls you. He has a great book called The Pain Before the Game that Gomor Hike was actually sleeping to. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but great book and great perspective. So I'd say consider go checking out his channel. He's got some great videos that he does, like 6-7 minutes long, not long. You can listen to them, really find some great motivation. So really enjoyed that latest video from Damien over at Alpha Interactions. And Flora and Note. So they had a great video called This Is Why We Love Koh Phangan, Unseen Thailand Vlog 43. I guess they're now numbering their vlogs. Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing, but good for them. So their channel is growing like crazy because they have great video, great quality content on their show, and they have their really great drone footage. So Note does the drone piloting and great videos, great music, and great editing. That's actually a nice video because that's one of the areas where I'm looking to get back to down in the south of Thailand. So for those that aren't familiar, Koh Phangan is down in the Phuket area, and that's actually where Bad Badger Retired in Thailand lives. So if you watch the intro coming into the show today, you saw a little blur from Bad Badger Retired in Thailand. He lives in that area, and it's too bad that Flora and Note weren't able to meet up with him on that video. That would have been cool to see some collaboration going on there. But really enjoyed that video and really loving their channel, seeing the tremendous growth. So we had them on a couple weeks ago, and we're looking to have them back because their channel is just really taken off. And then I See That's My Style. So quickly becoming a fan favorite of guests that have been on the Richard Travel Saturday Live show. And she did a great video just recently, a couple days ago, on Nana Plaza, Bangkok Today, and then the latest situation update. I actually put the situation in quotations. So the reason I didn't use the actual word for it is got to be careful. I noticed on her video, she put the actual word for the situation. There's a little disclaimer on the situation from YouTube. So maybe a little bit of shadow betting going on there. It still performed well for her, but we just want to be careful with the word that we used. So, but I love the video. It was cool seeing it goes back to 2020 to now, and you can really see the difference. There was a little bit more hustle and bustle. I think it was in January or February of 2020 that she was showing, and just a really great video kind of going through the differences then and now. I think it'll come back. It'll just be nice to see it come back sooner than later. So great channel and great videos. I See just released a new one just a couple hours ago too. So maybe she'll put in the comments, the moderators can put the latest one in there as well. You know, it's tough when I do these shows. I wake up super early. I already have my list of vloggers for the news. And it seems like Saturday is a big day to launch videos. So I always have to like redo my list. Like, oh, I want to put that one in there. This is the new one that just came out. So I do the best I can. Greenie Travels. Great video from Greenie. Don't do this at night in Thailand and other bizarre Thai faux pas. So great video with him and Phi talking about like traditions and superstitions in Thailand. And it's actually pretty funny. I don't want to steal his thunder, but there are some pretty funny ones. And I just feel like Greenie and his girlfriend get along so well on camera. It really makes for interesting watching. So Greenie was back on our show many months ago when he was just coming over to Pattaya and just had a handful of subscribers, maybe just a little bit north of 100. And now his channel is doing quite well. I think he's almost at 6,000 now, if not over. Correct me if I'm wrong, Greenie, but channel is just showing tremendous growth because the videos are high quality. So he's really found his niche there with the video editing. I think he does a great job, and they're very watchable, just a lot of fun. I always laugh. One thing I'm always sure about when I watch a Greenie Travels video is I'm going to be laughing at it because it's so much great content. Him and his girlfriend really get along well together. So really appreciate those videos. And then 20 seconds in Thailand. Thailand, Rob might have noticed he had a new little video clip in the dancing. He actually sent that to me. He told me, Richard, I'm getting a little tired of you showing me hopping around on one foot. So for anyone that's kind of curious, what does that mean? Watch last week's live show and you'll see what that is. So Rob didn't really a big fan of his dancing in that video. So he sent a new video clip to me. He's kind of dancing a little more, chill. He likes that more. But he has a great video, Where Should You Stay in Phuket? Vlog number 591. So obviously Rob's done a couple videos. He's on 591. But great video talking about more or less the situation that's going on where he is now, the restrictions that are still in place. He was walking around with the mask on, of course, which is commonplace now in Thailand. Here in America, June 15th in San Francisco, we did away with any kind of mask rules or regulations. So it was previously just outside. You did not have to wear a mask. Now it's outside and inside. So no mask required here, but I feel bad that Thailand's just now starting to go through that. So he's kind of struggling with that, but it's a great video. Rob always has quality stuff. So I would say check that out. If you're not a subscriber, check out 20 Seconds in Thailand. I think he has like 65,000 subscribers. He's been doing it for 4+ years and just really enjoyable. He's one of the first Thai vloggers that I started watching back in 2016. So it's been enjoyable to watch his channel grow like it has. And then Pattaya. I want to make a special point of calling out the Pattaya video that came out a little while ago now, but the title of it is Will Pattaya Ever Be the Same Again? A Story from the Past. So super cool video that he shows from like 30 years ago, what it was like for, I think it was some American servicemen that came over and vacation in Pattaya, shows them through their whole vacation. He's kind of talking over it, giving you, the typical Pattaya narrations, which are always spot on and A+. And, I've watched that video a couple times just because I feel like he does a great job of just like putting his finger on the pulse of what we're all thinking and feeling. So he nails it in that video. Even though it's not new video footage, I think he does a great job of talking about that time 30 years ago, which is great. I'm a big fan of Pattaya since the very beginning. He helped me out on this channel back when I just had about 100 subscribers. He recommended my Richard Returns to Thailand video series on his community tab. Overnight, I woke up to double the amount of subscribers and everyone was watching my videos. So I really feel like that gave me a little pep in my step back then. And I really appreciate his doing that for me. I always said that when I would have a community tab or have the option to do live shows like this, I would try to help out other vloggers as well, help them raise the game a little bit. So he helped me out back in the day when I only had 100 subscribers. Now we're north of 8,000. So thank you, Pattaya, and great video. That is it for the vlogger news. So guess what? We get to see the outro, more dancing, and we're going to come back with the crypto corner. So what do you guys think of my dancing? Pretty good, huh? Let's check with Guang from See You Around, see what she thinks.
So good, Richard.
See, Perfect dancing. That's how you dance. Chocolate Man in Thailand. I saw y'all talking in the chat, talking trash. Where's my video? James, I played your video earlier, man. Where the heck were you? Here it is.
Hey, Chocolate Man. Hey, Chocolate Man.
Does that look like James? That looks like James. James, you got to lighten up in Lightroom or something, man. That video you sent me, very dark. Hard to see who that person is. But I'll take your word for it, man. But great dancing, James. Thanks for sending that. Appreciate that. And congratulations on 10,000 subscribers. Great. Who's ready to talk about cryptocurrency, guys? I got word from the moderators during that little dance-off you just watched that Gomar Hike is actually awake. He just got out of the shower. He's good to go. So I'm ready to pull on my friend here, Gomar Hike, and let's talk about cryptocurrency. Gomar. Oh, there he is. Yes, he's awake.
Hello, everybody.
All right.
I'm really here.
Finally.
This whole episode, I've been busting out laughing the whole time. I don't know if you could see my camera, but I've been doing like this.
Yeah, I could see it. And Gomar Hike and I had a great time putting all those videos together. So that was good. We felt like we got to bring you on for sure now, Gomar Hike. We can't do it again to them. They're going to call BS on it.
Yes. Yeah, I figured I'd come on and at least wave at the camera for a few minutes.
So I got to tell you, Gomar Hike, I am so new to cryptocurrency. I don't understand it. You have to explain it to me like I'm a 6-year-old, and maybe I'll kind of get it because you're kind of new to it as well. But you're pretty much an expert in this stuff, right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I've just seen some YouTube videos and read some magazine articles, but I was really doing it for a joke, for something to talk about. But I do actually have some investments in cryptocurrency now. So I could just tell you about.
To get into that? Why'd you get into the investments in crypto?
I saw some magazine articles, like for example, a lot more news stories have been about it the last few months. Like, what was it? Late 2020, PayPal announced that they were taking Bitcoin, I think, and Ethereum as well, and that caused the price of Bitcoin to go up. And then earlier this year, 2021, it's been like what, 3 or 4 months. Tesla announced, because they're a public company, they've got to disclose like what they do in the public. Tesla, the corporation, announced that they bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which caused the price of Bitcoin to go up. And Elon Musk announced that Tesla was going to take Bitcoin as a form of pavement for the Tesla automobile. And around the same time, there was several other news stories about this corporation and this famous person was investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum and, a few things like that. So I started buying in a little bit. But also some other news about a month. I think it's been about a month ago. The price of Bitcoin went back down because what was it? Tesla and/or Elon Musk announced that they've changed their decision that they will not take Bitcoin as a form of payment anymore. So that caused the price to go back down. But though the reason why I'm still in it is because according to the news articles, Tesla still has held on to their Bitcoin. What they've bought as the corporation, they have not sold it. So anyway,
yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
take the long view.
Want to say hello to CJ, same but different. CJ, I got the alert a while ago that you were in the chat. I had to find your chat message. So many chat messages today, guys. We're trying to break a record of 1,200 chat messages. We can do it. We can do it. That's great. But I mean, did you feel a little bit overwhelmed, Hike, when you first started kind of trying to get in and learn about cryptocurrency? Was it tough to kind of get an overall view of it all in the beginning?
It was, but I just read some magazine articles like Forbes magazine. I forget which month it was. It was like several months ago. They did like half their issue was to cryptocurrency, where they should have had it printed out, but
I'm not sure. Forbes magazine, I haven't heard of that one. Is that kind of like Thailand Today?
No, it's like the legit Forbes magazine, Forbes.com.
I never heard of them.
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. But their website is real heavy in advertisement. So when you go to the website, it's like.
Do they have? But Hike, do they have advertisements or articles about cornbread?
No, I have not seen one. I have not seen one. So, they're
So
not
why
the
read it?
top
So
tier
why read it?
magazine.
Yeah.
They're not
So-
the top tier magazine.
That's why I've never heard of them. It's ridiculous.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, probably sided towards one way or the other. Chocolate Man in Thailand was saying cores and cornbread. Wow.
Well, Alabama is a very well-developed state, so we have plenty of both of those items here in Alabama.
Yeah. Now, so what's so interesting to me, Hike, is the fact that you live in Alabama, but you really have enjoyed your time in Thailand, right? What areas have you been?
Let's see, if I counted it up right, I think I've been there 9 times over the course of 7 or 8 years, and been to Bangkok, Krabi. That's the way I was told to pronounce it, with kind of like a G. Krabi.
Hang on, let me get note on the phone from Flora. Note.
Okay. Or I think a lot of English speakers pronounce it like Krabi, Krabi.
I don't know why. Note's not picking up anymore. I think he's banned me, blocked me. Yeah, I'm calling him too much.
And I've been to Chiang Mai, or that's how I was told to pronounce it.
Yeah.
And I'm drawing a blank. I've been some other places, but
so you've been to the big cities and also the islands. But do you prefer?
Yeah. Let's see. I really like Chiang Mai because the weather was a little better for me.
Yeah.
It's a little cooler.
But now where you are is more rural in Alabama, right? So it's interesting to me that you really gravitate towards the bigger cities.
Yes. Well, Chiang Mai seems kind of like, nice for me because you can go to the central city and visit a bunch of temples, and there's a few places to go like outside the city. So it doesn't seem like a vast metropolis like Bangkok is.
You want to address this comment, Hike, from In Love with Thailand?
Yes, that's why I decided to buy Dogecoin last month. Not just because of Elon Musk, but when you look at the last couple of months, it's growing. But right now, all crypto is down. That's correct. I'm not a big fan of Dogecoin because I'm no expert on it, but I'm just kind of a casual investor. But YouTube channel I really like is called Cultivate Crypto. And they really like Bitcoin and Ethereum because the technology and whatever you call it, the code behind it has a lot of good stuff. And they classify Dogecoin as a quote unquote meme coin.
Yeah.
Meaning there's not like a special technological project behind it. It was just created sometime around 2014 as a meme with the funny dog as its mascot. But for some reason it took off, that people started buying it. It's not used for a special project. And I don't know them by heart, but they talk about the Ethereum because there's code behind it, that there's different companies are using it for stuff. And Bitcoin is, desirable because it was the first cryptocurrency, and the way it's designed, there's only 21 million Bitcoin, and there is no way to make more Bitcoin the way the whatever it's called, the technology is designed. So that's why the price of one Bitcoin is right now $36,000 to $37,000.
Wow. So Roy is making a comment. Are you joking? Forbes is famous. Yes, Roy, I knew what Forbes magazine is. It's an entertainment show, man. Yes, to make people laugh. I jump from one foot to the next. It's not easy doing this show, man.
That kind of did throw me off because we've actually have not rehearsed this comedy bit. I was kind of expecting to say, haha, Bitcoin, and then go on to maybe hold this book up because I'm a big fan of this book.
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk a little bit. I want to talk about that a little bit because Damien, good friend of mine, he wrote that book, The Pain Before the Game.
And then I printed this out at work. I was going to promote my Instagram.
All right, Instagram.
I what do you call it? I post my nature photos, and I'm more of a photographer. I don't really like doing videos much, so post my nature photos there. So you have some great videos on your YouTube as well, kind of walk around book reviews. That's The Pain Before the Game that Damien wrote. So from Alpha Interactions, we've had on a couple times. Great book, great videos on the YouTube channel as well. But Hike, I guess the $1 million question to ask you literally is, if I wanted to get into cryptocurrency, or if there's individuals in the chat that want to do it for the first time, what are you recommending? Are you recommending Bitcoin or Ethereum, Dogecoin? Oh yeah, that's something I can answer. Is that what I did was I looked into it and I signed up with Coinbase, which is Coinbase.com, because you need a marketplace where you actually buy the cryptocurrency. And I went with Coinbase because it's got a good website, and I read some good magazine articles. And about the time of the Tesla announcement I was talking about, Coinbase, the corporation, was in the process of going public and being listed on the was it the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, or one of the two big, stock exchanges in New York City. And once you go public, I was like more of a, trustworthy of it, because you got to open up all your books and all the stock market analysts and all the regulators look at the company. So Coinbase is now listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and you can buy a share of their stock. But when you sign up with Coinbase, you fill out a form and everything, then you can buy cryptocurrency. And there's like over 100 you can choose from. But I went with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the two that I personally invested in, because Bitcoin was the first, and the way it's designed is it's just got good technology behind it. And Ethereum was developed by one of the, I think it was one of the early, programmers behind Bitcoin. He left and founded his own project. It's called, which is called Ethereum, where you can buy into that. And another YouTube channel I watch called Cultivate Crypto, really talks about those two a lot. So
Ike, what type of platform do you use to buy and sell your crypto?
You go into Coinbase.com and you just sign into it like you would any other web page. And it's actually pretty easy, meaning you see graphs, just like if you watch, look at stock market graphs, like on Google Finance, where you can see if Bitcoin's been going up for over the last day or 5 days or week, or if it's been going down for the last week or month, or however long you want to look at it. So that's why I got into it, is that you can look at the prices, you can kind of make your own bet at the trends. If it's going down over the last 5 days, if you think it's it's all about buying low and selling high. So you can watch this program on YouTube, or read this magazine article, or see something on CNN about some famous person invested in Bitcoin or has sold out of Bitcoin, and you can kind of make your guess of what's at a low point, and you buy low and you try to sell high. Yeah, and the advice that the Cultivate Crypto show, they usually give about for kind of a simple investing, which is kind of where I'm at, where you buying and holding, where you look at it as like a savings account, like maybe around about a 5-year plan. So you put in a little bit of money if you feel comfortable, or however, whatever disposable income you have, like something that you're not thinking about, that you don't think you will need in like 5 years. And so, you put X amount in Bitcoin and X amount in Ethereum, and 5 years from now, most people think it's going to be worth, a lot more.
Yeah, I think we can see that. If you look back on Bitcoin from 2017, you can see the huge gain. So it's definitely speaks for itself. Hike, I want to thank you a lot for coming on the show today. You're such a good sport, man. Pain before the game. Yeah.
Oh, can I promote the book? The book?
Yeah, I think Damien's like, thank you.
Okay, because if you've ever been kind of confused about what's going on, maybe on the dating scene, like you tried to date and you couldn't understand why maybe the woman was not into you, or maybe why she wasn't calling you back, there's a reason why. So it's good advice. I've never really read an advice book before, and this guy he mentions a couple other authors where they give dating advice and just regular good positive advice about exercise and eating right. And I really
that's great. It's available on Kindle and in paperback, like you have, and he's got a link on his YouTube channel, Alpha Interactions. So please go there, check it out.
Yes.
Great videos as well. But Hike, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a good sport these last couple of weeks, man. It's been fun working with you.
Okay. Adios.
See you later. Great. We had a lot of fun the last couple of weeks, man, working on those videos together. We were totally in cahoots, and we thought nobody's going to believe that I actually bring him on this week. So that means we have to do it. So I don't know if you guys are taking bets like he's not coming on. This can be the same thing Richard did a couple weeks ago. Well, guess what? We surprised you again. So I'm going to go to the chat here and say hello to some people here. Alpha Interaction saying, really appreciate the plug. Awesome. Tyron says he's dealing with a tropical cyclone here. Ooh, interesting. Wow, that's not good. And then Redneck is saying the presence of Ethereum is devaluating Bitcoin. Well, that's an interesting conversation. I think we have some really smart people in the chat. This is good. I'm finding out more about my subscribers and viewers. Very, very good. So keep the comments coming. I wanted to let you know that next week finally arrived, guys. Got the 50th live show. We got 16 different YouTube vloggers coming on the show next week. We're going to bring them in like 3 at a time. So it'll be me and 3 other people on the screen. We're going to be sending out for those that are going to be on the show next week. If you're wondering, I'll be sending you an email or a message in regards to what your time slot is. So bringing them in about 15, 20-minute intervals, just kind of chit chat a little bit. You'll have other people that we'll be talking to. And people are starting to hit me like, I want to be on with this guy. I want to be on with this person. I'll tell you one thing. I think everyone wants to be on with Icy. Everyone's requesting to be on with Icy. There's only so many spots available to be on with Icy. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. So that's coming up next week. Got a huge host of people that are coming in. My hope is that Mr. Egg is feeling better by next weekend and we can bring him on to talk about things and how he's doing. Really appreciate the conversations that we have. He was on my live show a couple weeks back. So if you are curious in seeing that interview, go check it out. It's on my channel. And definitely look forward to that show. I can't wait. I'm going to start working on the thumbnail today for next week's show. I can't wait to have that show happen. And then after that, we're going to be taking a little break. And I will tell you, thank you for all those individuals that are not just messaging me, but leaving comments on the live shows saying, don't take a break too long. I look forward to this live show every Saturday. That means a lot to me. And it has me thinking like, maybe it's just a 1-week break. And everyone that's friends with me is going to say, Richard, don't say that. Don't say that. I know my moderators are like, you need the break. They see me at my worst times, these moderators. I'm all barking at them in the morning. I'm trying to get the videos done. Stop messaging me. And they stay with me. So I got a loyal bunch of moderators I wanted to say thank you to on the outro today. But thank you for everyone that came in today. Keep leaving the messages. I'll see everyone next weekend on the 50th Saturday live show. I can't wait to have all the vloggers on. It's going to be an exciting live show. So please mark your calendars for next week, the 50th live show. 16 plus vloggers will be on the show. It's going to be controlled chaos. And you know what? I can't wait for it. So thanks, everyone. See you next week. Goodbye, everybody.